My mind goes to the word embrace. You can't embrace unless you have both your arms, right?
Right.
Got to be empty in order to be able to embrace. You can't embrace if you're carrying bags, unforgiveness, offense, pleasing people, right? So one of our favorite scriptures, and I'm sure you guys love this, is Jeremiah 29:11.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read the NIV. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you." Isn't that sweet?
Yeah,
So
good.
plans to give you hope and a future.
Yeah.
You know, and so in order to embrace your future, you have to let go of your past.
Right.
You have to drop the bags. You have
Right.
to refocus.
Right.
Right? Nobody can embrace their future looking back over your shoulder all the time. So I'm gonna ask a few questions, and how can we? I'm gonna go for Joyce first.
Okay.
We were all hoping you would.
We're all gonna defer. That's right. How's that? Stay there.
There's so many I want to do, but I'm gonna ask you this one. How has embracing the future taught you the necessity of trusting God?
Well, first of all, nobody knows what the future holds. I mean, you just don't. You know, we've all learned that
Right.
this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Things can change drastically from one day to the next. But the word hope that you talked about, to give you hope, several years ago, I found out what hope really means, what it really is. And it's been so good for me, and I think it's helped a lot of other people. You know, when we think about hope, it's almost kind of wishy-washy. I hope, but I'm not sure. But Bible hope is an entirely, totally different thing. And it actually means the expectation of something good.
And so we have to learn to confess that.
Yeah.
It's a discipline.
Yeah, that's right.
In order to get to the mindset and the perspective that you can expect good to happen to you every day, because that's the love of God. That's the heart of God.
Yes.
And we all know that we can activate the power of evil or the power of life when we speak. There's power in our tongues.
Yes.
So it's so important. We were talking about that earlier, that words matter.
Yes, they do.
Words matter. Those of you who are watching, your words matter.
That's right.
You have to remember we have the power in our tongues to create the atmosphere and the life that we want. If you don't want it, don't say it.
Yeah.
Wow,
Right.
that's good.
Right?
So good. If you don't want it, don't say it.
I tell people, I learned, the first time I really heard this was years ago. I think it was, I can't think of her name right now, God. But anyway, an awesome woman pastor. And she was saying how she was speaking, she raised her daughter to live right and to do the things. And during this time, her daughter had just strayed away and was living all types of ways. And she was just complaining about that. She would just say it. And then the Lord told her, start speaking what you want. Speak what you want. And so she said she started speaking, my daughter loves God, and she's living for him. And sure enough, she had the testimony that her daughter came back to the Lord and all of that, right? So I was like, oh, this is good. I'm going to use this. My son was a teenager at the time, and I looked at him, Mama Joyce, and I said, you are a mighty man of God, and every gift you have, God is going to use. And he looked at me and said, you don't even believe that yourself.
I'm trying to convince you and me.
Well, sometimes you have to speak it until you believe it.
Exactly.
And I kept saying it, and I kept saying it, and I kept saying it. And now he's preaching the gospel of Jesus, you know? And so the only way we're going to embrace our future is that we embrace God's plan.
That's right.
Realize that God is embracing us.
Yes.
You know, he's got you. He's never going to tell you to step out for you to fall. He loves you so much.
Hi everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe today and you'll never miss a new upload. Thanks for being a part of our Better Together community.